Article 1. Name and territory of the Union. Article 1 of the Indian Constitution declares India as a union of states, and states that the territory of India comprises of the territories of the states, union territories, and any other territory that may be acquired by India in the future. Article 2. Admission or establishment of new states. Article 2 empowers the Indian Parliament to admit new states into the Union of India or establish new states by reorganizing the existing ones. The President of India may also introduce a bill in Parliament to propose the creation of a new state or the alteration of the boundaries of existing states. Article 3. Formation of new states and alteration of areas, boundaries, and names of existing states. Article 3 gives the Indian Parliament the power to alter the areas, boundaries, or names of existing states. The Parliament can also form new states by separating territory from any state or by merging two or more states or parts of states. However, before doing so, the Parliament must ensure that the concerned state legislatures have given their consent. Article 4. Laws made under Articles 2 and 3 to provide for the amendment of the first and the fourth schedule and consequential amendments, etc. Article 4 deals with the power of the Indian Parliament to make laws for the amendment of the Constitution under Articles 2 and 3. It provides that any law made for the admission, establishment, or formation of new states or alteration of boundaries or names of existing states can also make consequential amendments to the first and fourth schedules of the Constitution. The first schedule lists the territories of India, while the fourth schedule specifies the distribution of seats in the Rajya Sabha, the upper house of the Indian Parliament, among the states and union territories. Article 5. Citizenship of India. Article 5 defines who is considered a citizen of India and provides that anyone who was born in India or whose parents were born in India is a citizen of India. Article 6. Rights of citizenship of certain persons who have migrated to India from Pakistan. This article provides for the rights of citizenship for certain persons who migrated to India from Pakistan after the partition of India in 1947. Article 7. Rights of citizenship of certain migrants to Pakistan. Article 7 provides for the rights of citizenship for certain persons who migrated to Pakistan after the partition of India in 1947. Article 8. Rights of citizenship of certain persons of Indian origin residing outside India. This article provides for the rights of citizenship for persons of Indian origin who are not residing in India. Article 9. Persons voluntarily acquiring citizenship of a foreign state not to be citizens. This article states that any person who voluntarily acquires the citizenship of a foreign country will lose their Indian citizenship. Article 10. Continuance of the rights of citizenship. Article 10 provides that any person who is a citizen of India at the commencement of the Constitution will continue to be a citizen. Article 11. Parliament to regulate the right of citizenship by law. This article gives the power to the Parliament to regulate the right of citizenship by law. Article 12. Definition of the state. Article 12 defines the term state for the purposes of the Constitution and includes the government and Parliament of India, the government and legislature of each of the states, and all local or other authorities within the territory of India or under the control of the Government of India. Article 13. Laws inconsistent with or in derogation of the fundamental rights. Article 13 provides that any law that is inconsistent with or in derogation of the fundamental rights will be void. Article 14. Equality before law. Article 14 guarantees the right to equality before the law and equal protection of the laws to all persons within the territory of India. Article 15. Prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. Article 15 prohibits discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. Article 16. Equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. Article 16 guarantees equality of opportunity in matters of public employment and prohibits discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth. Article 17. Abolition of untouchability. Article 17 abolishes the practice of untouchability and makes it an offense punishable by law. Article 18. Abolition of titles. Article 18 prohibits the state from conferring any titles and abolishes titles of nobility. Article 19. Protection of certain rights regarding freedom of speech, etc. Article 19 guarantees the right to freedom of speech and expression, to assemble peacefully and without arms, to form associations or unions, to move freely throughout the territory of India, and to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India. Article 20. Protection in respect of conviction for offences. Article 20 provides protection against conviction for any offence that was not an offence at the time it was committed, or against double jeopardy. Article 21. Protection of life and personal liberty. Article 21 guarantees the right to life and personal liberty and states that no person shall be deprived of their life or personal liberty except in accordance with the procedure established by law. Article 22. Protection against arrest and detention in certain cases. Article 22 provides protection against arrest and detention in certain cases and guarantees the right to be informed of the grounds of arrest, to consult a legal practitioner, and to be produced before a magistrate within 24 hours of arrest. Article 23. Prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. Article 23 prohibits trafficking in human beings and forced labor, and declares them to be punishable offences. Article 24. Prohibition of employment of children in factories, etc. Article 24 prohibits the employment of children below the age of 14 years in factories, mines, or other hazardous occupations. Article 25. Freedom of conscience and free profession, practice, and propagation of religion. Article 25 guarantees the freedom of conscience and the right to freely profess, practice, and propagate any religion. Article 26. Freedom to manage religious affairs. Article 26 guarantees the freedom to manage religious affairs, subject to public order, morality, and health. Article 27. Freedom as to payment of taxes for promotion of any particular religion. Article 27 prohibits the state from compelling anyone to pay taxes for the promotion of any particular religion. Article 28. Freedom from attending religious instruction or worship in certain educational institutions. Article 28 provides for freedom from attending religious instruction or worship in certain educational institutions that are wholly or partially funded by the state. Article 29. Protection of interests of minorities. Article 29 provides for the protection of the interests of minorities by ensuring that they have the right to conserve their distinct language, script, or culture. Article 30. Right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions. Article 30 guarantees the right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice. Article 31. Compulsory acquisition of property and payment of compensation. Article 31 provides that no person can be deprived of their property except by authority of law and for public purpose, and that they must be paid compensation for the same. Article 32. Remedies for enforcement of fundamental rights. Article 32 provides for the right to move the Supreme Court for the enforcement of fundamental rights. Article 33. Power of Parliament to modify the rights conferred by this part in their application to forces, etc. Article 33 empowers the Parliament to modify the fundamental rights for members of the armed forces, police forces, and intelligence agencies, in order to ensure the proper discharge of their duties. Article 34. Restriction on rights conferred by this part while martial law is in force in any area. Article 34 provides for the restriction of fundamental rights during the period when martial law is in force in any area. Article 35. Legislation to give effect to the provisions of this part. Article 35 empowers the Parliament to make laws to give effect to the provisions of Part 3 of the Constitution, which includes the fundamental rights.